evolution. Getting nostalgic of being in an education institution today, let's start with an academic definition of what evolution is. Evolution, as per university definition, is the net directional or cumulative change in the organisms and/or the community over time. Let's look back to see some of the drivers who brought evolution in our life. Aeroplanes gave us an ability to fly. Cars. It's not working. Cars that make us move. Telephones. I'm not even sure if the audience will remember or know of this instrument. Electricity. Smartphones. Eventually, space technologies. But any idea what's the commonality between the inventors of each of these? It is this ability. Confused. We call them the specially abled, or people with disability, or people with determination, or call them with whatever name. But people who brought an evolution in our lives were all people with neurodiversity. Why is this relevant, and what brought this change, and what's the magical source? Vision. My introduction was sort of partly done. What you see is sight. Potentially what you see is this. But when I see, this is the closest that we could create. This is what I see. Born with a sight challenge, with no sight in one eye, 15% on the other. There is no way that I can see you. So please let me know how many of you are there. Give me a voice. How's the Josh, guys? Fab. It sounds like 1,000 people here. Great. So, but why is this important? I can't see even a word on the slide and the deck that I'm playing. Maybe you already realized some of the technical glitch that I had. But going back in time, I remember 2012, I flew into Bombay for a mega deal. I've been a banker, so we were dealing with a large Korean conglomerate, and the leadership was here. There was a bit of a ruckus. There was some disruption going on the road. While I was in the car, the driver asked me to get off because there was unrest. Unknowingly, I left my glasses in the car because I was wearing shades. When I reached the destination, when I reached office, standing in front of the senior leadership, and it was a $200 million deal. It was a massive number, guys, still a massive number. And I knew I can't see anything. What ended up was I delivered the entire presentation, came out, and my senior leader, the head of the bank, asked me, wait, something is not right. Where are your glasses? I said, well, something went wrong. He said, how did you deliver the presentation? If some of you have seen Shrikant Bola, people are not blind if they don't have sight, but people are blind if they don't have vision. So people with a sight challenge can actually see with their brain. Choice. It's something that we make every day in our lives, every form. Why don't I share another story with you? Final year at college, 2004, and we were awaiting our results. It was a Wednesday morning. We all hit the university office. We reached our campus in full joy, waiting to pick our results. And on the notice board it read, later if necessary. What it means, it's a case of fraud. It took the ground away from my feet. Of course, because 2 days down, the postgraduate entrance results were to be out, and there was no way I could have made it without my final year undergrad results. Incidentally, to my luck, the invigilator then was the son-in-law of then Prime Minister. So I knew it can be a massive national calamity if I had done fraud. Now, as we reached the dean's office, what we gathered, that's the invigilator had written So the paper check I had written on my paper that a person with a sight challenge could not have drawn these diagrams. There was a smile that came on my face, and my father said, "You better be serious." I said, "There couldn't have been a better compliment than this." They said, "We are going to look into this, go through the process." I took out a handkerchief, wrapped it around my head, drew some lines, gave it to them, and I said, "Can you get a handwriting expert to look through this?" I'm not kidding. They had this-sized glass to look through and said, "This is the paper." I got my result on the Friday evening, 5:30, ran as fast as I could to hit the director's office. And they said, "Mr. Gupta, had you been 5 minutes late, we had already sent the list for revision, and we were sad while doing this because you were rank 1 at the entrance exam." What changed that day was a choice I made, and not to give up and to run to the room. There are choices not just that we make, but there are people who make choices in our life. The doctors made that choice when I was born, not to tell my parents that I'm a curse. My mother made that choice, my father made that choice, my grandparents made that choice to see me as an asset. My lovely wife sitting in the audience made the choice to walk the path and maneuver uncharted territories. My manager, Drishti's dad, not many will know, but he is somebody who gave me an opportunity back in 2010 to take a leap. Had these people not made choices, I think I wouldn't have been here. But don't worry about the choices that others make. Take control of the choices we make. You might be wondering that this guy is giving gyan. क्या कुछ नहीं कर पाता होगा? Really? Maybe some of the things that I can't do. Really? From paragliding to snorkeling to, I think I just want to do skydiving. And what it gives you is when you make these choices, it gives you an endorphin rush. Perseverance. Again, another story. I think I love sharing some stories because I'm interacting with the young kids who are going to redefine the future. Second year of college, I had my maths exam, and I knew much earlier that I'm eccentric because I love maths. So, came out of the exam, half-time passed. When I was coming out with my head down and met my friend who looked at me, "Why are you so sad?" I said, "Well, we are going to talk later. I probably didn't have the best exam." Just before I was about to get into my transport, the person realized I ended up giving a wrong exam. By now, 50% of the time was over. By the time we could react, it was again a point to make a choice. Ran back into the university, asked my friend to hold my hand, ran as fast as I could. When I met the examiner, again I had a choice, whether to crib, whether to cry, or to take the exam again. Of course, I chose latter. The outcome, essentially the full circle. Attempted 78, got 78. It's again important to be at it. Focus.
Set no limits, even if the Lord decides his. Morning on my routine, could hear the treadmill racing. Speed of 20K, I saw this young man, intermittent training. I was at a pace of 6 kilometers. I felt the guy was showing off. At times I was worried if he fell. Then he cooled down, rested himself. I thought now was my turn to show off my skill. I put on the video, started to work out. I heard a voice behind me. Standing behind was a young guy. "Madam, can you guide me to your hotel star? I am blind."
So what's the message here? Focus. With an alignment and vision in the choices we make, being persistent. Maybe to some of you it appears to be a constraint, but for me, it's an opportunity. I don't get distracted. A lot of people might be thinking, what a big deal running on a treadmill. Absolutely, it is not. And from here on, I want each one of you to hold your treadmill because we are going to get onto this journey. It gets a big deal when you start sprinting because you miss it by a notch and you will collapse. So it's important to hold on to your treadmills. And here on, we are going to use treadmill as a metaphor to define every aspect of our emotion, every aspect of our decision that we make. So we believe that we are at the cusp. We are at the cusp on a journey to take a leap from evolution and with the decisions we make, transform it into a revolution. We believe it's going to happen at the back of concoction of technology, human spirit, and entrepreneurship. And my friends, hold on to your treadmills, because people with disability, or this ecosystem today, offers an opportunity of over $1.9 trillion of disposable income, spread across 1.8 billion seekers of assistive technologies, put their first family to circle. We are talking about a $13 trillion market opportunity, which is larger than 3 Indias and 1 China. What it means when I say blend the 3 largest pools of consumers are Gen Zs and the Gen Alphas, each one of you sitting here, the non-English speaking aspirants, and our baby boomers, our lovely grandparents, I'm sure. Who all loves your grandparents? Give us a bow. Come on. Lovely.
Book Uber Auto for Beverly Park.
Searching for
That's how technology can change our life and make us independent. But again, time for us to see, and again, get an elevator and an elevation onto your treadmills. Seeing through the timelines, we saw the first level of evolution with devices. Imagine a world where there are no spectacles, there are no electric toothbrushes, there are no elevators. Move forward in time, we saw the software evolution, and we got audiobooks. The next leap and the next evolution is AI, which is as recent, and I'm sure we are going to hear much more. But with AI, we are now set to go on to the next level of neurotechnologies. It's time now to again reflect and be a part of the change. It's time for each one of you in the audience to reflect back and think what role you want to play. You want to be a spectator, or you want to participate in this journey? I'm doing my bit, and here we invite each one of you to create a new universe of collaboration, because power of us is an exponential of power of I. And our friends, I'm sure 25 years from now, as India attains its 100th birthday, we would want to see a new space and a new universe where the world is going to see a new revolution. Can we visualize a world where there are at least 10 million millionaires, people with disability, 100% physical stroke digital accessibility, 100% affordable assistive technologies to all, which I'm sure each one of you is going to contribute to make, 1,000 assistive solutions, unicorns to come out of India, and 5% senior management representation, not through reservation, but by nurturing talent. Guys, it's time to ask some questions again. What's your treadmill? It's time to change the narrative. इनसे ना हो पाएगा, से यही करेंगे. I think I missed one slide, but that's not important. What's important is, we've got to now, you will hear a doctor talking, you will hear a sportsman talking. Can we visualize people with disability getting into the boardrooms, in the medical chairs, driving space technologies? And if yes, be a part of this, identify your treadmill, and join us in this journey. Thank you.